what you accomplished in the first 3 decades of your life, but Lahav Shani has accomplished becoming the Israeli Philharmonic conductor at the age of just 33. He is the youngest and the first Israeli-born conductor of the Israeli Philharmonic, and he is also Jewish, as Zubin Mehta, who conducted it for decades and decades, was actually Parsis, adherent to Zoroastrianism. So Lahav Shani hasn't really had to deal with much playing around the world because of COVID. The orchestra has not traveled, but it is time that they are about to travel, including to the United States in the spring. He is famous for his youth. He is famous for being the first Israeli-born, and he is famous also because he doesn't only play in Israel and conduct in Israel. He actually lives in Germany, and he also plays in Vienna in Austria. He is talented, playing several instruments, and is famous for his bass playing, his conducting, and his piano skills. And he can do all these as a conductor or also alone in concert. He truly believes in making music, and he has been admired for his demeanor and the way he acts. What he loves about conducting more than anything is deepening the relationship with the players that he works with, working together to exploring territories, to expanding the repertoire, to taking the individual orchestra's members and making something great together. There is something very powerful in his vision and what he does. He has been in the news because they are about to start touring. And here we are, having just come from singing, listening, and hearing so much music together, from the Ashamnu, Bagadnu that we chant together, to the melodies of the high holidays that tweak the Michamocha or the Amidah. There is something about coming together and singing or listening to music that, like those in the Philharmonic that Lavi conducts, that there is something deeper in coming together in a musical setting, all the more so with a layer of Judaism added on. This week's Torah portion, Ha'azinu, literally, as Rabbi Weissman talked about in his Shabbat message, has a lend me your ear quality about it, to really, really listen, to see what you can hear that, if you are still enough, can find different than if you are loud and not listening to what is going on. If you go to the Israel Philharmonic website, there is an FAQ, frequently asked questions section. And one of the questions says, is there a set code of conduct for coming to a concert? And the answer is the following. On the website, it says, since a concert is primarily a listening experience, the rule of quiet is supreme. In classical music, quiet has great importance. Between movements or breaks, and a quiet transitional moment can create great emotional effect. Concert goers do their best not to disturb such moments. A concert hall is built with optimal acoustics in mind. So think about your rustling of jewelry, your movement, your whispers, your cell phone ring, and your candy. And it urges people to respect the quiet. This period of time on the Jewish calendar is a symphony of its own with various movements, 6 movements to be exact. Just as a piece of music takes you from one place to the other, some of it familiar and some of it new, some of it sad and some of it joyful, the 6th period of times that we have traveled through and will continue to travel through over this period of time is its own symphony. There is the 30 days of the Hebrew month of Elul. That is the opening notes of the symphony. You have 30 days to prepare for the high holidays in that Hebrew month, to think about what you are doing and singing the words of Psalm 27 to get ready, asking for so much. And then Rosh Hashanah and the essence of that day. It is sweet with its apples and honeys, but we still hear the seriousness of Avinu Malkeinu and know that something more serious is coming. And then Yom Kippur. It is in some ways a very painful day, not just for the fasting, but for those of us who mark Yisker, having to remember those who are no longer with us, to think about the book of life and who was supposed to be here that no longer is. And then the essence of Sukkot coming just on Sunday night that says, stop getting in your head and go to the earth and think about the harvest and think about the bounty and think about your partnership with God in being able to feed yourself and feed others and make sure that you invite people into your sukkah. And then there is Shemini Atzeret, the day before Simchat Torah in the more traditional calendar and combined with Simchat Torah in the Reform movement. The essence of that day is God tarries. God feels so close to us in this high holiday symphony that God doesn't want it to end. But finally it ends. But it ends with joy, with the joy of dancing with the Torah. 6 movements in a symphony. Enough days and messages and meanings ring in our ears for this shorter period of time, so that long after the symphony of the high holidays is over, its messages will stay with us. And when we listen well, when we listen to the loud noises, the familiar tune, and also the quiet, if we really lend an ear, then all the lessons of this symphony can stay with us always. Shabbat Shalom and Shana Tova.